Hi everyone, and welcome to Draftscapes. I'm Chris Tuccio. One of the main reasons I developed this channel was to help new landscape designers, landscape architects, or garden designers. One of the hardest things to learn when you first start out in the landscape industry is how to become a professional landscape designer. But before we start, I wanted to share my journey briefly within the profession. From high school on, I loved the idea of landscape architecture. I went on to do landscape architectural studies for both my bachelor's and master's degree. Throughout my college career, I landed fabulous internships. I received really great real-world experience, and I thought no doubt I was going to find a job as a landscape architect, starting a fulfilling career. Well, as is always the case, life had different plans. I graduated in the spring of 2009, which was right at the heart of the financial housing crisis. No landscape architecture firms were hiring, and even begging and pleading for some type of design work, all I was able to receive was a few lousy interviews. After several months of trying, I quickly realized I needed to think of something different. So I joined a regular landscape maintenance crew, doing lawn care, general bed cleanup, like I had done many previous summers. After months of putting in long hours and physical work, I decided to actually try and sell some of the property owners on design services, and boom, my business was born. It wasn't much, but it was mine. The clients were mine, the designs were mine, and nobody else defined my success but me. I quickly realized the value of betting on myself and the benefits of creating and establishing your own business. The business blossomed, and I later leveraged it to actually get a position in academia, where I'm an associate professor that teach landscape professionals on starting their own businesses. I still maintain my own design shop on the side. My story isn't unique. There are many people who are unhappy with their lack of success in finding a job or in the landscape field and want to start their own business. That's why I developed this upcoming series. I'm going to review some of the fundamental principles that you're going to need to build your own landscape or garden design business from the ground up. Whether you're thinking about becoming a landscape designer, a contractor, or a lawn care professional, this series should help you on your journey to run your own successful design business. Or, if you already own your business and you're just not finding success, these lessons will help you streamline and focus your company to gain a more competitive edge to win jobs in your field. I'm going to give an overview of the series and what to expect right after this. It can be very difficult to start your own business in the green industry, especially when you're first starting. It may seem like all you might need is some basic design skills, the ability to buy materials, and a few clients to start your firm, but you're going to quickly realize that it's much more complex. When I try to mentor new business owners, I often use analogies to help illustrate my point, and it's usually a fairly helpful tool in understanding how we actually can approach a problem. So for this introductory video, I want to use a rather cliché but relevant architectural analogy. When you look at a house for the very first time, it's easy to get distracted by the fancy, beautiful elements. The decorative moldings, the expensive furniture, state-of-the-art technology. But the first thing that was built on that house was a strong and sturdy foundation. None of the other elements in the home would have been as beautiful or useful to the homeowner if it didn't have a stable foundation at its core. The same is true for planning a design business. If you're to take a look behind the scenes of any very successful landscape design or contracting business in your region, you're going to see a strong understanding of the fundamentals of business planning based on years of research and experience. I mean, without those elements, the design company would not have lasted. So in this scenario, your actual business is the house, and we need to start by laying a proper foundation. That's the purpose of this business planning series, working our way up, level by level, to build a stable and successful landscape design company. So you have the best success to move forward in your pursuits for a good, stable income. In the first lesson, we're going to discuss the mission and the overall organizational structure of your company. This is important because it helps individuals sort of best clarify and focus what their interests are and how that passion can actually drive future business. In the second lesson, we're going to cover the actual industry and customer analysis. Industry analysis is critical on both a macro and micro scale to the health of the landscape company. Really, without understanding the market fluctuations that can influence your profitability, you may not know how to deal with any sort of downtrends in the industry or weather financial storms. It's also important to know your potential clients, who they are, how to market to them. We're going to review tactics to differentiate yourself from competitors and what are the best avenues to get your message and your business to the consumers. The third video is all about your competition. we're going to spend a good deal of time reviewing how to identify competitors in your field and how to make actionable goals around the information that you discover. In the fourth lesson, we're going to cover startup costs, licensing, registering your business. It's often a surprise to people when they first start out exactly what it actually takes to start a business. Some will have wild ideas of purchasing an office location on a busy street, bringing in clients, while others want to go out and buy all the fancy new equipment and installation items without actually knowing how to pay for it. We're going to cover the do's and don'ts of starting up and how to best calculate your needs for getting your company off the ground. During the fifth lesson, with the business plan almost finalized, we're going to focus on marketing. How do you get your company's brand in front of your consumers and actually make the sale? You'd be surprised at how often businesses fail to properly market themselves and then believe that there's just no interest in that area for landscape design work. In this lesson, we're going to try and review all the traps and pitfalls of marketing so that you have a good, stable plan for getting the word out about your company. Finally, in the concluding lesson, we're going to wrap up the material we covered, and I'm going to go over the next steps of how you can use free resources such as this to keep building your company and winning jobs. Hopefully at the end of this series, you're going to have a strong, stable foundation on which to build your business and move forward with success in the landscape industry. As you use these lessons, be sure to subscribe to the channel and head over to draftscapes.com, where you're going to find more resources for landscape design and business planning. I'll see you at the first video.